get down. I'm gonna go do the mac and cheese on the first sprint.
Hello, everybody. We are here for Tuesday Night Sprints, and these are very kind of just fun. We're gonna just relax. We'll see if we can keep to a 15:45, but we'll see what happens.
One day.
We'll see what happens. It's hard to know with nighttime sprints. Nighttime sprints have a different vibe than daytime sprints, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to get everybody to introduce themselves and what they're reading. If you're watching, let us know in the comments. Say hi. Let us know what you're doing / reading this evening or morning if you're Crystal. And yeah, because Crystal's in the future, and I always forget that at night, that it's not.
It's actually really funny because you said to me that it was 8:30 and it's actually 9:30. So I logged on at 8:30 and then I just like put it on and then I was like,
is it 9:30?
Yeah. Sorry. I got ready at 8:30 because she was meant to be going down for a nap at 8:30. So I was like, oh, she could say goodbye and then I'll do the nap in the first sprint. And then I was like, I sat down and I was like, she's not here. And then I like clicked.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's 15 hours. Yeah, I definitely did that math wrong. Yes, I did.
And then I clicked on the link and it said live in 60 minutes. And I was like, cool. All right.
Sorry.
We'll come back in and out. It was fine. It actually gave me a chance to like get her to bed and hang out a load of washing. So it was like perfect. But I'm going to be reading The Light After the War, which is step 3 for the Once Upon a Readathon, which is a book that features family, romance, and has these colors on the cover. No, it's just the family romance. I don't think I hit all 3 prompts.
I have no idea anymore.
But I am currently on page 170.
Nice.
And I'm really enjoying it. It's like based on the true story of a woman who escaped the train to Auschwitz and her life after that and trying to like, I guess, become normal after going through that. And her mother didn't make it. And so she like has the guilt and thinks that her mom died because she was able to get off the train and her mother wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's finds love and then love gets taken away from her and it's been really brutal. It's really like painful to read, like all World War II War romances.
Yeah.
But it's really good. And the narrator is phenomenal and easy to listen to. So that's been great.
Nice.
Oh, you want me to talk now?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
I'm Neva. Okay, so welcome. I'm making macaroni and cheese for supper and also just marveling at how comfortable these Taco Bell socks are that I got at Hot Topic. They were 35% off. It's fine. My whole personality at this point is Taco Bell. I'm reading Beartown. I'm hoping to finish it. I only have like 2 hours left.
Thoughts?
Listen, it's gonna be a 5-star, okay? Unless something.
Okay, good. Okay, you actually heard this entire time you've been reading it because from your messages, I was not getting that you were liking it. So I was like, I don't know if she's gonna like it, and I was like, if she doesn't, I don't think I can speak to you about it.
I've never not liked it. That's the thing. It's just that there are characters that I just hate.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You can hate a character but lovable.
It invokes all the feelings. Like I was listening to it last night at work, and my poor manager Ben was like, "Are you okay?" Because I was literally like cussing under my breath. Okay, I'm on chapter I think 40. I think I'm on chapter 40 or 41. I don't know.
I should go get my copy because then I know.
For anyone that has read it, there's like a car, something happens with a car, and
so many bugs in this.
I'll put it.
Both me and Crystal have no idea what you're talking about.
In the private chat, but
okay,
because
I don't want to spoil it.
I do not know. I can only think the only thing that I can think of that happened in a car happened in book 3, which I don't think Crystal's read yet.
There's something that I'll put
in
the private chat.
I just love their cheese.
Crystal?
No, I haven't yet. No, sorry. I thought you were asking if Neva was on book 2, and I was like, no, she's on bedtime.
No. I was asking if you read book 2. I know Kelsey liked it because you buddy read it with Kelsey, and I already got a message from Kelsey.
Kelsey finished it last night, and I was like, I'm gonna finish this, but like I feel so much rage.
I don't remember this.
I don't remember this either.
Let me tell you, I was crying in the club. Okay, I was crying in the club at work. Like when it happened, like I listened to that part of it at work, and I started crying. And Ben was
I
like,
love
"Are
it.
you okay?"
Even now, I have no recollection. Like you've described it, and I have no recollection.
Yeah, it's
No.
in like chapter
No.
40 or chapter 41. I don't know, but that happens. And then they talk about how like they're gonna move and all that stuff. But anyway,
And then when I
Okay.
do rock, paper, scissors, shoot,
Yes.
paper.
Maybe I just misinterpretedly read that because I don't
What?
recall that scene.
I don't remember that either.
it definitely happened.
Oh, I believe you. You're reading it much more recently
Yes.
than either of us.
Yes, Kelsey finished it last night. I'm hoping to finish it tonight, and then I will probably put that down. I will probably. I'm sorry, there's chaos in my house right now.
It's okay.
I will probably pick up Brutal Prince because I got the illustrated edition and I've already read it. Okay, I've already read it, but I have only read the first half of the second one. So I kind of want to like re-immerse myself before going on to the second one.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But I do remember giving Brutal Prince 5 stars. So yeah, I've been in a slump. Also, I might try to film a video about slumps because your girl has finished. Listen, Beartown will be the second book I finished in 22 days. So
It happens.
The Light After the War is only the third book I finished in 22 days. But to be
The
fair,
slump is real.
I have reasons.
Yeah, the slump is real. That's my only reason.
I need to
Like,
film Pick Pong today, so hopefully
Ooh.
baby girl will behave so I can film it. She's got this new fun thing where she likes to scream or sit there and go mum 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 mum. So people will probably hear that in the back of
Right.
my video, but nah, it's fine.
I'm okay with that.
Um,
I need to finish my book. I have 30 pages left.
You read?
Ruby read.
Oh, you'll do that in the first sprint.
I'll do this in the first sprint.
37's your lucky number, right?
I can totally get this done in the first sprint. So that's my goal this is for step 2 of Once Upon a Readathon. So I'm doing so well, as you can tell, if I'm only on step 2, but that's fine. So I'm going to go right into step 3 because I need to finish this readathon. I'm going to do Horseman by Christina Henry.
Listen, you're doing better than me because I only finished step 1, and that's what put me in the slump. Was that stupid Darling Girl book? Do not read that. I think I gave it 2 stars or something. Like, and I really wanted it to be good because Peter Pan, for anyone that doesn't know, is like one of my favorite movies. So I love the retellings of Peter Pan, and that one just was that was not it.
It was not it. I hadn't heard great things about Darling Girl. So you're not the first person to tell me this. Hi, Kiana. How are you? Hi, Tina. Good evening or morning or whatever we're in. Hello, Pat. Hi, Kelsey. Ooh, I've had my eye on this book, A Merry Little Meet Cute. So you need
I
to
think
tell
it's on. I
what
think
you
it's
think.
on Scribd.
It's on where?
Scribd, I think.
It might be.
Because
I've
I
given
know
up on Christmas romances. They just
Oh,
like dark academia and Christmas romances are just the 2 things I just don't even bother picking up anymore.
no, that's all I want. That's all I want right now is Christmas romances.
I'm gonna give You're a
It's
mean
all
one.
I love Christmas romance movies, but books just annoy me. I don't know
Cut it.
why.
You can open it. You can pour it in. Let me cut it, please. I do not want to.
I'm working and I'll be finishing Finley Donovan is Killing It. Yay. I never get to finish it. I hope you love it.
It went back to the library before she could finish it.
Gotcha. Oh, 9 a.m. Good morning, Crystal.
It's 9:45. Yep.
I apparently can't do math. Zoe and the Forest of Secrets. I don't think I've heard of this book.
That sounds like a middle grade.
It does, doesn't it? Are you enjoying it, Pat? Hello, Alexis. It's 10:35 p.m. for Pat in the UK. We've got all the time zones represented tonight. Hello, Kelly. I'm reading The Diva Runs Out of Time. Oh, and I love this by Krista Davis. Tina, you always have the best titles for your books. Always.
That's got to be like a cozy mystery.
It's a cozy. Tina always reading the cozies with the best titles. Always. Don't know how much reading I'll do tonight. Dilated my eyes at work today and can't really see my screen. Yes. Definitely.
Audiobooks?
Might need to rest your eyes. Ooh, audiobooks is a good shout. Don't strain them. Audiobooks. Everyone's kind of thinking the same thing. Still on step 1.
That's fine.
Or
You've got 7 days to finish
Yes.
5 steps.
yes.
You got this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine. The thing is, I picked basically almost, I don't think the Christina Henry book is YA, but like all the other ones I chose were YA retellings. Because I went fairy tale retellings, and there's not that many adult fairy tale retellings. Like they're mostly YA.
Have you read any books at all? Because you could probably count them and finish the steps. You just
I
wouldn't
read
hit all 3.
2. I read Once Upon a Time, which is a collection of short stories for the first one.
This is the first one, yeah.
And then Ruby Red for the second one, which only has 30 pages left.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to read Horseman. And then I'm going to read Shadow Queen for number 4, which is a Snow White retelling. And then I'm going to read Dorothy Must Die for the last one, which I really, really want to read. Like really, 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 really want to read. So I'm excited about all my reads, and it's the only thing I have to do this week. Like I don't have to read
you're fine.
Yeah, no, I don't have to read for vlogs because my vlog next week is Once Upon a Readathon. So that's all I have to do.
I really need to import all my footage. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try and edit a whole month's vlog in like 2 days.
What's happening is apparently that I'm just doing it as a weekly vlog because the only book that I finished before this week is Once Upon a Time. So it's going to be Once Upon a Readathon, the entire monthly readathon in a week.
Well, that's the thing. Most of my like first 2.5, 3 weeks is book 1, but there's like our trip to the Blue Mountains, and there's like footage of Addie eating food and like for the first time and stuff that I'm like, I kind of want that in there. That's like memory making for me that I want in there. And I do vlogs more for myself than for anyone else.
Yeah.
Because then I can like look back on it and be like, oh, that was the time we did that. So I'm just like, I'm going to just do it a month long, but it's really, I read all the books in the last week.
Yeah, we're actually having a busy week like with stuff because the Christmas tree lighting in town is this week on Friday. So we're going to go to the Christmas tree lighting. So I'll probably vlog that, assuming it doesn't just come out as a dark blob of light, which is potential that it may. So if it's in my vlog, it's because it wasn't just a blob of light in the dark. If it's more than that, then I'll put it in. I film on my phone. You never know what dark and light is going to
We've discovered that Addie has really expensive taste. So she loves avocados and she loves blueberries.
Ooh.
But you give her carrot and she's like, what is this shit? And then I tried her an apple this morning and she was like, this is sour. Give me the avocado back.
I mean, I don't blame her for loving the avocado. Like,
no.
Right.
But like everyone I talk to is like, oh, I gave my baby avocado and they like threw up everywhere. They weren't a fan. And she's just like, give me more, give me more, give me more. I'm like, oh my God. Probably because I ate so much avocado when I was pregnant with her.
Might be.
I don't know.
Might be. My son was really like, he loved fruits and vegetables and hated like any sort of like meats when he was little. Like he was like not into it at all. Hi, Taylor. How are you? Reading A Quiet Retreat by Kristen Moglin. I've heard of this. I think someone else I knew was reading it. Maybe Barb. Not sure. I'm camping and enjoying my time here. Where do you live that you can be camping? It would be much too cold here to be camping.
I'm assuming in Australia somewhere or like that side of the hemisphere.
Might be.
Because it's a 29, 30 degree day today.
Ooh,
Celsius.
That's beautiful.
I mean, I'm in a long sleeve shirt, but it's because I'm inside and our house is really well insulated and our house is actually cold even when it's hot outside.
Yeah. We had snow yesterday. So not 29 to 30. would not recommend camping.
I will be right back. She has woken up.
That's fine. I was like, wait, I hear a baby. Pat, I already can't see my face without glasses anyway. I'm farsighted, which is becoming incredibly unusual in today's world. Yes. I couldn't do anything without my glasses. I would be useless. It's Tuesday at 2:41 in the afternoon in California. We're all over the place. Afternoon, evening, morning, we've got everybody. It's a cozy, but also a Thanksgiving cozy. Fun. I need to read. See, I just don't think of Thanksgiving right now because it's not Thanksgiving for us here in Canada, but I keep forgetting that it's Thanksgiving in 2 days for you.
It surely is. I mean, am I celebrating on Thanksgiving? Absolutely not.
Can I have one of the sodas over there?
Yeah. We celebrate on Saturday
Well, that's fine.
since we're going to Iowa.
Yeah. I think because our Thanksgiving is just like the first weekend of October or the second weekend of October, like it's not an actual like, oh, this is the day. So
Right.
it's like, it's not like, oh, Monday's Thanksgiving or Friday. It's just like the weekend. So it's kind of whenever anybody wants to do it. Tumble just became available on Libby. Exciting. I love when my Libby holds come in. It's always so exciting, unless I don't want them right then. But this time. Just started it, switching it up after some heavy books and smut. It's middle grade, set in Trinidad and spooky. Very nice. That sounds really interesting. I'm going to have to look this one up, Pat, because I love a good middle grade. That's the only thing, like for me, this book that I'm reading, The Ruby Red, it's YA, but it reads really young. Like I keep forgetting that it's not middle grade. Like I keep thinking this character is like 12 or 13 and she's 16.
Oh, okay.
So it reads really, really young and it comes off really middle grade, which for me as a person who reads middle grade, fine. Because I like middle grade, so it's fine that it reads that way. But I can see how if you didn't like middle grade, that would be a downside.
But I mean, if you don't like middle grade, don't read a middle grade book. Like,
But it's not a middle grade book, it's YA.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's YA, but I keep forgetting she's 16. She comes off 12 max.
You can't have any. It's not boiled. I'm sorry.
So, yeah. Anyway, one thing we discovered, everyone in the comments while we were backstage, is that the timer has Christmas backgrounds now.
Fly to the world.
And winter
I
backgrounds.
just have to say, I love that they're just like updating. Like, I think they figured out that so many people are using their timer.
I think they're like, why are we so popular all of a sudden? They're like, how did this happen? And have decided to give us more backgrounds, which is very exciting. So I picked this one. And we can always change it up each one, like we did that time when we were on Neva Sprints. We tried out all the backgrounds.
Yeah, that was fun. We did all of them like 4 times in 24 hours.
I think there's only like 3. So I think we could probably do them all tonight. We'll see. If people remind me to change it, because I'll probably forget. But are we ready to read? Because I'm going to finish this book first.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. Let's read. Hello. We gained a Rainy.
Hi, Rainy.
Hi, Rainy.
Wow.
And I finished my book. So
Yay.
Hi.
What book?
Ruby Red, it was for Once Upon a Readathon. It was good. Like, it was not fantastic. It was like 4 stars. It was good. I enjoyed it.
I love that your 4 stars is not fantastic. To me, a 4-star read is like a really good read. A
was
5-star
really
read is like perfect.
It was enjoyable. Will I remember it? No. Was it like
Okay.
excellent works of literature? No. Did I have a good time reading it? Yes. So that's a 4
Yeah,
for me.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't, I have nothing bad to say about it, but I have nothing like overly fantastic to say about it.
You're not like screaming from the rooftops about it, saying every man should read this book.
Correct. And also, it's a start of a trilogy, and the story like there isn't like a story per book. Like it arcs over the whole trilogy. So not much really happened.
Turn the light on.
Like, it was very much like setting up. Here's all the characters. Here's what's happening. But like, nothing actually happened.
Sit down, meat.
But did it leave you with enough that you want to pick up book 2, or you kind of like, no,
Yes.
I'm going to bother?
Yes,
Okay, well, that's good.
I own the whole trilogy, so I will be finishing it. But
Mhm.
there wasn't like anything like, oh, this happened in this book. No, it was really just like setting it up for.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So how did everybody else do?
I got to page 211, which is chapter 16. So
Very
I have an hour and a half left of my audiobook. That's like real time because I'm listening to it at 2.5 speed. So I should hopefully finish it in these sprints if she continues to behave the way that she's behaving, because she was just like chilling there the whole sprint, which was really good. So yeah. And then I made myself a iced mocha in my new mugs. They've got
Very
circles.
Yeah.
They were on the clearance rack at the shops. Yes, the other day I went to go buy us matching Christmas pajamas, which I ended up getting. And these are on the clearance rack. And I was like, I'm getting these too.
Yes.
Because like our family Christmas tradition at my house growing up was that my mum would always give us a set of pajamas on Christmas Eve. It was like our early Christmas present. And we would wear it and wake up wearing it on Christmas Day. And I said I really wanted to bring that in for Addie into like our family. And Anthony goes, well, if you're going to buy her pajamas every year, then we have to make it matching for the whole family, and we have to make it like a full tradition. So I got us all matching pajamas.
I love that. We've always done Christmas pajamas too. And last year
Us too.
I just did my son, because half the time the adults don't, like, they only wear them for that one night and never wear them again. So I only did them for my son last year, and he was like, where is everybody else's? So we had to go dig out like past Christmas pajamas because he was so upset that we didn't have them as adults. So I was like, this year everybody's getting them because
I mean,
you're not living that life again.
I wear Christmas pajamas all year round.
Me too.
So
My grandma started a tradition where we did Christmas Eve boxes. So you get a pair of pajamas, a movie, a book, which I've stopped doing movies because no one has DVD players anymore. So like,
Yeah.
I just like pick a Christmas movie on the TV, we watch it, but you get a treat, a book, and a pair of Christmas pajamas. So like last year, box had The Grinch. That was her book that she got, and then she got pajamas and a treat, and you get to open that on Christmas Eve to like tide you.
Yeah.
I made it to page 372. I only have this much of the book.
I was gonna say, it looks like you're almost done.
I'm angry, but it's fine. This is gonna be 5 stars. Okay, so nobody think that because I've ranted. Yes, I'm gonna read the rest.
No, you're gonna read the rest for when we get on the bus.
No, I'm gonna read a different book. This will be done by before tomorrow. The only thing that here's the thing is I feel really weird because I just grabbed a random bookmark and this is the bookmark that's in this book, and I feel like that was a choice, and I didn't think about it when I started the book. I was like, oh, here's a bookmark. I had to find a bookmark. This was the first one I found.
No. No.
I'll be buying more bookmarks before I read the other 2 books so that I have like a
The second one is really good, but it's like less like the beginning is less stressful because things happen to make it
This-
less stressful.
This book is 5 stars. I'm reading Bear Town for anyone that didn't know.
Oh,
It's a buddy read with Kelsey. She finished last night, so I'll be finishing it tonight. But
I actually don't know what she gave it. Do you?
I think she said 5 stars. But she might not have actually given me a rating. But the way she was talking about it, I assumed it was 5 stars. I just need to say that this whole book it made me stressed out, but I'm glad that I read it, and also it's 5 stars. So Brittany has heard all my ranting, so I don't want Brittany to think that just because I was ranting means that I hate this book. I absolutely do not. This is a
No, it's a book that makes you have all the feelings. Like you're angry, you're sad, you're all of the things.
also, I grew up in like Minnesota, like I have a lot of family that lives there still, and they play hockey, and this really just reminds me of like hockey in Minnesota, and it just makes me want to stab my eye out. But a couple of the adults redeem themselves for me. By a couple,
for sure.
I mean 2. They were like, well, 3, I guess. There were 3 because the old man, I can't remember his name right now, but the old man, he redeemed himself, and then Kira's parents, or Kira and her husband. Sorry.
Yeah, I still like love Ramona too, the lady who owns the bar. Like she's one of my favorites.
Well, he's not on the screen. The teenage girls are fine. A couple of the teenage boys are fine. The rest of the characters in this book, trash. That's all I'm gonna say. So, yeah, but I'll get this done. If I don't get it done on sprints tonight, because I do have to leave here in about an hour to go to work, I will be finishing it at work because I need to know how it ends. So, and I only have like 5 chapters left, which you should be proud of me because I left off in the middle of a freaking chapter.
I'm proud of you. You're getting there.
Otherwise, I would have had to stop reading like 10 minutes before the timer went off. And I was like, well, we can just stop in the middle of a chapter.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Rainy, what are you reading?
Well, I had not read a book in a month, literally a month.
Well,
Pregnancy is
Yes.
just not making me want to read. But then I also wanted to read the top 20 nominated books for thriller and mystery and like Goodreads. And so I was like, okay, well, you got to get stepping, Rainy. So, which I'm not that sad at myself because I've read 8 of them already. So I was like, okay, look at me go. But there's still 12. So I just finished A Flicker in the Dark like an hour ago.
Okay.
And that was fantastic.
I've heard good things.
I'm not gonna lie, like halfway through, I was like, oh, I know who the murderer is. Like, this is not that exciting anymore. I was like, it's that obvious. And my mom was like, it's not gonna be that obvious. I was like, yeah, but some of them are. And so I kind of was like detached and was like, it's just whatever. And then like 2 things happened at the end, and I was like, okay, I never know. It was great. Oh, I loved it. 5 stars. I highly recommend.
I love a good 5-star read.
Yeah, it was great.
I love a good
now
5-star thriller.
Yeah. Harder to happen, I think.
Yes.
Mhm.
But also I feel like thrillers are 5 stars to me, at least now, because I'm not, well, not anymore. Because I only started really reading again a year ago, and so like every type of thriller trope was new to me. Now it's like, they're not all 5 stars, so when they are, it's great. But yeah, that's what I just finished. And then I took a break from the Goodreads ones, and now I'm reading another one for a different book club. So I'm reading Temper by Lane Fargo.
Nice.
So, and I'm loving that. I'm not very far into it, but it's great. I loved They Never Learn by her. So I'm
Nice.
Oh, I now that Rainy's here, I need you to be proud of me, Rainy. Okay? I'm bringing 2 books with me on vacation. So I'm bringing the illustrated copy of Brutal Prince that I just got today because why not? But I'm also bringing The Silent Patient, and I'm going to read it. And I'm going
For some reason, I thought you already had read The Silent Patient.
Oh, no,
I've
I
been
made
pushing her for months.
no, go. That's not it. It's fine.
No.
No, I made it 30% into the audiobook like 4 times. Like I made it 30% into the audiobook and then kept renewing the audiobook from the library, and then Rainy's like, "Have you finished it yet? Have you finished it yet?" And I was like, "No." I read other people's clothes, but because Silent Patient is part of Rainey's lineup for her vlog, I have to
And I
vlog.
bought it for her birthday.
She bought it for me for my birthday. So
Read this book.
I do want her to read this book. Oh,
I don't blame you. The Silent Patient is
it's
excellent.
so good.
and listen, honestly, it's not even a big book. Like I got it in the mail and opened it. That's the one that I got and it smelled like flowers.
Well, like my mom still hasn't read it, and I bought it for her too. And I was like, "When are you gonna read this?" And she was like, "I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a letdown." I was like, "I hate you. Please read this."
Tell your mom that we can buddy read it.
No, she has to read A Flicker in the Dark first because I have to talk to her like specifically about that ending. Like, I'm not gonna say why because otherwise I'll ruin it. But I'm just
Right.
like, I really need you to read this because I really have to talk to you because I have a question for you. But I can't ask you this question until you've read it. And she's like, okay, I'll read it. I'm like, so you mean in a year from now I can ask you this question? That's what that means.
Right. Yeah, but I will be reading The Silent Patient on vacation.
Yay! I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
I want to hear your thoughts when the big twist.
You'll have to just like group message because I really
know them thoughts.
Crystal,
So
have you read The Silent Patient?
Yes, it's amazing.
Okay, all right. So I'll make a group.
all of us here loved it.
I'll
So
make a group message that's all the four of us, and I'll be like, my thoughts.
I read it like when it first came out, so
it's been a while.
specific details have slipped my mind, but in terms of like how it made me feel and the enjoyment is still 100% there.
But that twist, I don't think I'll ever forget it.
No.
I would reread it because I loved it, but I'm like, I already know what happens. Like, it's not going to be as exciting. I'm just like,
Yeah. Thrillers are hard for me for rereads because I think it's like when you do know what's happening, it takes the enjoyment out of it too much.
mhm.
Oh, I'll be rereading the hidden pictures next year, and I feel like I'll be just as in love with it as I was.
My audiobook hold for that came in actually yesterday,
Oh,
and I'm
so
like, do I just drop everything and pick it up?
You do.
It's like, yes, you do.
Yes.
All right, I'll do it as soon as you finish The Silent Patient.
All right, The Silent Patient will be done this weekend. Okay.
Alexis packed up a Pango order and took a shower. Nice. I wish we had Pango here. Tina read 8%. Lovely. I'm at 16%. 3 chapters and ate an ice popsicle. I highly recommend doing such a thing.
Oh, now I want an ice popsicle.
Right? That sounds great. We do Max Chain Christmas pajamas too. I feel like a lot of people do. I feel also here, like if you don't get them early, it's impossible to find them.
So
Yeah, the
So-
sizes
so
were really hard
fast.
to find.
yeah. So I plan on getting ours when we go because so when we go to Iowa, we always try to do what we call it cousin time, and that sounds really weird, but it's essentially me and Ari. We go with my cousin who's like my mom's age. She's my second cousin, but that's fine. We go to Target with her. And does she let me spend money? No, she does not. Even though I bring money, she'll be like, no, whatever. So Target is supposedly already has their Christmas stuff out, she said. So I'm hoping to be able to get Christmas pajamas
yeah.
at Target. Because like last year they had a really good lineup and I just ended up ordering from Amazon because I didn't realize that Target had a lineup. But they're supposed to have a really good lineup again this year. So we have to go get Iowa Hawkeyes gear because Ari's outgrown all of hers. She's very upset about it. Okay. She tried to wear a hoodie that was like that I bought her 2 years ago the other day, and I was like, that does not fit you, bro. You cannot wear that out of the house. What are you? No. So that's what I plan on doing. But in other years, I've gotten them off Amazon.
Yeah. This is a good idea. You could do a Christmas movie snack for your movie you're watching in your Christmas boxes, Neva. That's a good idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We never did matching pajamas. Sometimes we would buy like a new pajama set. Yep. We have done both where everyone got Christmas pajamas, but they weren't matching, which was easier when like there was a few years not that long ago when like all my grandparents were still alive. So it would be like my parents, my husband's family. Like it was like 20. So getting matching pajamas for that many people was not gonna fly. It was just
My grandma, I think,
just
my
too
grandma,
many people.
yeah,
But
my
now
grandma,
it's just like 4 of us, so it's easier.
my grandma was always like a new year, new you type thing. So we would always get like new pajamas, and then she would also buy us like underwear and socks. Which, like as a kid, I was like, ew, underwear and socks. As an adult, I'm like, thank you.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
6 months without having to buy them myself.
It's so true. That's my mom will ask what because she does the stockings and she'll be like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Toothpaste."
I know. I'm like toothpaste, deodorant, undies, socks.
All the
lip
things
gloss.
I sniffed my nose up at as a child is what I now would like as an adult, so that I don't have to buy it.
Anthony's family didn't do stockings growing up. So like yeah. So and I was like, the stocking was like what you opened Christmas morning while you waited for everyone else to wake up before you did presents, like kind of thing.
Yep.
And so that's another thing that we're bringing in. A lot of my family traditions are coming into our joint Christmas. And he goes, well, what do I put in a stocking? And I was like, oh, you know, like just stuff up to like $20. And I was like, why don't you put a bunch of stuff in a wish list that you want, and I'll do the same thing. Well, my wish list is full of like $4 items, like little like deodorants and stuff. His items is full of items that are all like $20. And he goes, I thought you went up to $20. I'm like, I meant for the whole stocking, not for each item.
That's like the most expensive stocking ever.
Exactly. So I'm like, have you got any cheap items? And he goes, no, I don't need anything cheap. And I'm like, well, then you don't get a stocking.
My family is not on board with matching pajamas. That happens. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Kelsey did give Beartown 5 stars. That's the correct answer.
I would also be doing Beartown. Here was the thing. At first, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna read it. Like when I first started it, I was like, I don't know about this book. But then I was like, but also if I decide to not like, if I don't like this book, I can't tell Brittany. Like, I was never gonna tell.
You can tell me you didn't like it, but like that would be the end of the conversation.
I would be like, I'm sorry, Brittany, this was not my favorite book.
We couldn't continue past that.
I will never talk to you about this book ever again. But that's how I feel. Pictures. Like if people don't like it, that's fine. But like, don't tell me why you didn't like it. Just say like, I didn't enjoy this, and then I will never ask you about it again.
I feel like the only people that don't like Beartown are the people that are triggered.
Like, and I mean, here's the thing: I've been triggered this entire time, but it's it's more of like a.
I've heard some people who didn't like it because they thought there was too much hockey, which I can understand that in a way. I live in a hockey town though, so it didn't fuss me much. It actually seemed really believable around the hockey situation. Like as sad as that is, I understood it in that context because I've been around toxic sports culture, not necessarily to that extent, but enough to know that that's like believable.
Like the book definitely like triggers me, and it like is triggering for me and gives me anxiety. But it's more of like the way that Frederick Bachman captured the different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like made me as like an essay warrior, survivor, whatever you want to say. I don't like victim. I don't like that word. Feel seen. Because you see the different perspectives. I mean, do I hate the people that are wrong? Of course I do. But
yes.
Yeah.
And I think you're meant to.
I just need to read this book.
You're meant to. I literally, because of my sheer frustration with so many people and hatred and also sadness for other characters, I was emotionally not okay.
Emotionally? Like
for this book, the last book is really the one that hurt me the most. Like I was not okay.
On Beyonce's internet, but I definitely when I told you about the part in the chat, I definitely cried at work. Like I was definitely at work, like we were just standing around, like we weren't really doing anything. But I definitely like felt and Ben was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm good." Like I'm listening to a book.
I need to read this book.
I would not recommend reading book 3 at work because I cried for Beartown. I was destroyed.
Listen,
that the
after
one-
seeing your vlog, I will not be reading.
Is that the new one that came out? The
Yeah,
Winners?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was not okay. Like, I have never been that not okay about a book in my life.
I won't be getting the third one for at least 6 months because here in Australia, they've released it in the big version first, and we won't get the little version for like 6 months. And I had the little version for the other two.
We
So
don't
I'm
have
like-
the little versions either yet. We only have the big hardcover.
Well, we don't have the hardcover. Ours is just like the big
Oh.
paperback.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what is the little version of what?
The Beartown.
Oh, I just have this.
Like book 3.
Yeah, that's
This
the
is
little
the-
version,
Crystal sent me.
I think.
Crystal, is this the little version?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great. Also,
And I
I need
have
to,
that one for book 1 and book 2.
I need to
then-
figure out how to watch this on HBO because it says it's an HBO series. But when I Googled it, like I tried to look it up on HBO Max because most stuff from HBO bled over to HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
It's not on there. So I Googled it and
I
it
thought it
talks
was on Netflix.
as a regular HBO show. No, it's an HBO original.
I don't think I want to watch the series because I love the book so much that I would be concerned that it would like taint, not do a good job. Do you know what
My
I mean?
thing is, I'm gonna read the whole series, like
So-
read the entire series, and then decide if I'm gonna watch the series. Because if I watch it after I've read it, it's kind of like Harry Potter. Like I still really like that series of books, but
Mhm.
like after the fourth movie, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I
What?
don't- after the fourth movie, they left out too much. They left out too much. After the fourth movie,
I don't know about that.
and then the problem is like if you read from the fourth book on and then you watch the movies,
Yeah.
the entire canon is changed. Like the
No,
entire
you're
storyline
right.
and everything is,
You're
is
right. Okay, but also to be fair, if they put
I'm not
everything
so
in it,
watching.
we'd have 6-hour, 7-hour movies.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I feel like that series should have been made into a TV show anyway. It didn't work. It didn't
I
translate.
think
well.
that was before they did that though.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
It was before books were made because it was streaming wasn't huge back then. And that was before they made TV shows out of books.
It
Well,
definitely
no,
was.
it's just when
Yeah.
they started to break movies into part 1 and part 2. 'cause of-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Pat, no, it has not, if you're talking about my book outlet order. And I placed a ticket today because it has not updated shipping in 2 weeks, which is concerning to me.
How dare it?
Oh, I'm ordering the Lighthouse Farms
They
book.
best figure
Oh,
out where
I'm
it is.
ordering Love Light Farms too.
That one.
Yay!
Oh, great. You can. I'll add you to the buddy read because we're buddy
Yeah,
reading.
come read it with
Join
us.
me. Let me join.
Kelsey and
Yeah.
Brittany. I'm gonna just go ahead and just order it. I decided. I was
Love Light
going.
Farms?
Yeah, I was gonna just read it on the Kindle, but
The cover is gorgeous.
I don't
need,
even care.
I need
The
more
book-
new Christmas book recs for this year.
Me too. The book can be 2 stars. And I'm still gonna put it on my shelf. I don't.
It's really pretty.
Oh, Cassie saved another cat.
Ooh.
Isn't it?
Oh
the
my
first
gosh.
in a series.
This is last night. So I went to get my coffee last night, as one does at night, or at least as I do. So I went out my door in the dark because it gets dark here at like 5 o'clock now, as you know, winter. And I opened my door, stepped out onto my porch, and all of a sudden, this thing runs from my bushes at me at like a speed of light. And just out of my peripheral vision, I see this animal run at me. And it was an outdoor cat that was apparently asleep in the bush. But my anxiety went from like 0 to 1,000, and I almost died. I was like, I think I had a heart attack. The cat scared the crap out of me.
Well, Cassie is she is like the cat savior. Like it feels like every week she has a new cat that she saved from the elements.
Well, I support that. I love cats.
Someone
This
wants
cat
to
just
do it.
scared me. I wish it just would have came out of the bush at a normal speed, or that I could have seen it, not in the dark. At first, I thought it was like a raccoon because we have a lot of raccoons here, and raccoons cornered, not a good situation. So I was concerned. Jane, no problem that you missed the first part, but hello, how are you? What are you reading? What are you doing on this lovely Wednesday for you? Silent Patient was so good. Kelsey and I buddy read The Silent Patient.
I can get some more.
I feel like Kelsey, I don't know if you feel like this, but anytime we're talking about books, I'm always like, oh yeah, me and Kelsey buddy read that. We've buddy read so many books. It's kind of a lot. Haven't read The Silent Patient yet, but it's on my TBR.
Get to it.
Cassie, read it with me this weekend. We
I was
can do
going to
this.
say, you could read it with Eva.
Get to it.
Because Cassie and I are like you and Kelsey. Like she'll be like, "You want a buddy read?" And I'll be like, "Yeah," and then we buddy read.
Yeah, it just happens. Adds The Silent Patient to my TBR, although it's been on my shelf for a while. Yes, read The Silent Patient. It is one of the best thrillers I've ever
Read that and never read The Maidens ever.
I
will not be reading
read The Maidens, and I'm going to read it just because I feel like I need to know why
It's so bad. It's so bad.
That's what I feel like now at this point. I need to know why.
Oh, as soon as you read it, I gotta know because I'm like,
What if I like it? I
You're
feel like
not
one of the
gonna
rare
like it.
people.
There's
You're like,
no
you're not going to
way.
like it.
If you like this book, I'm gonna seriously ask what's wrong because it's so bad.
I can't wait to read it. Like I can't.
Let me know when you're gonna read it. I'll buddy read
It's
it.
on my books. Will
Well, like,
self-destruct
when you
in
think
12
about-
months.
When you think about The Silent Patient and like how good that was, and then you read this, it's like, did he have a stroke? Did he have like what happened here? I'm like,
I like have come in right near the end, and I already know you're talking about The Maidens.
yes,
Have you read it?
It's terrible.
yes.
It is not the same author.
I'm like, this is not the same person that wrote this book.
No.
Did he have a stroke?
Yes.
Oh
I'm
no!
just saying, it's garbage.
It's
I feel like he
on
got his
my.
friend to write it and put his name on it. Like,
Yes.
It's on my books to self-destruct in 12 months list.
just let
Because-
it explode.
Because I got it right away when it first came out because I loved The Silent Patient so much and didn't read it right away. And maybe that's the problem. Because I didn't read it right away. Everybody else did and went, this sucks.
Wasn't
You could
it?
have read it straight away, and you would have joined us in the This Sucks bandwagon.
And
I
I
feel
didn't.
like
And that's the problem.
The main
So then I hesitated to pick it up because everyone's like, this is garbage.
I mean,
It
I'm
is.
just telling you, if you read it and then you're like thinking about The Silent Patient, you're gonna be like, what is this? I'm like, it's so bad.
It's almost the way I would word it is The Silent Patient was like his first baby. He spent a lot of time on it. He thought about it. He had this cool idea that twisted and turned and was fantastic. And then his publisher was like, all right, we need a second book. While you're popular, let's get it out. And he just was like, shit, and put pen to paper and then threw it out and was like, this is shit. Like, he just got something out to get something out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is?
I need to read it just to know how bad it is. Like, I feel like I need to experience the bad.
That would be a good vlog idea. Reading
Experience
shit
bad.
books just to experience the shit.
Okay, what everyone in the comments, I can only think of 2 books for this vlog that Crystal has a wonderful idea of. The Maidens and Survive the Night clearly need to be on this list.
The
What
hating
else?
game. The hating
Yeah,
game. Because there
your
was
vlog?
a
What is the vlog?
Reading books that everybody hates. That sucks.
Oh,
the bad.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. This would be
haven't read
fun.
that yet.
Yeah.
but you could do the hating game because there was a hashtag on Instagram, hashtag hating the hating game.
Okay. I loved that movie.
Have you read Nine Lives?
This should be our next collab.
Because Nine Lives is
Most
the,
successful one.
No, I don't want to read Peter Swanson. So that's okay.
okay, then don't do it. But
The Hating Game.
um,
Survive the Night's obvious.
No,
Survive the Night.
okay. Put your pajamas on, then you can bring it over here.
What else did everyone?
I
hate?
just want to know why it's bad. Like, I need to know why they are bad. I believe everybody. I just want to, I feel like I'm left out of the
I'm
hating.
just gonna say I read Survive the Night recently, and while yes, it is completely awful, I had so much more fun reading that than The Maidens. Like, I mean, especially, I don't know. I feel like even though I knew it was going to be bad, I don't know. That one just was so much more fun. The Maidens, it was like, no, I hate my life. This is awful. I mean,
Right. Because there are books that are like genuinely bad, but like you can get through them because they're still
Well,
a
that
good
was
time.
like very campy, very like, okay, like let's just go for the ride.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm doing a challenge next month and need recs from my friends. Do you just need like any recs or like
Yeah,
a
she
genre?
She want. I think she's doing a thing that are like her friends' books or something, but she's doing it just in a month instead of like me, where I'm doing it 5 books for each person.
Right on.
I also love the Haven game, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, like it is either you go this way or this way.
Right.
But it's the same with the Maidens. There was people that loved the Maidens.
There were
so
some
I mean,
people
like,
who liked it. Not very
People that
many.
love The Maidens must have never read a thriller in their life. I'm like,
Well, you know what?
the people that love the Maidens are people that love Dark Academia.
See,
I
I
just
like
not
Dark
thrillers.
Academia, so I
I
may
like
like
Dark
it.
Academia too, but that was bad.
But
It's-
you
it's
also
like-
like thrillers. You need to hate thrillers and like only Dark Academia. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
This.
that's a really odd subgenre of person.
Some people liked the Maidens, right? But also enough people liked All Good People here that it made it onto the Goodreads thrillers, whatever.
I
and
saw that and went,
I saw that and I immediately thought of you.
I saw that.
We're doing
Someone posted it like on their Instagram, and I kept scrolling because I was like, I have nothing nice to say at all. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna read that because it's on the top 20. So
go ahead.
I'm
Are you
gonna-
allowing yourself
I don't
DNF?
judge you for liking it because some people don't like it.
Yes,
but
I am
think, like,
allowing DNFs, but I'm really hoping I don't have to DNF. So we'll see.
I hope you don't have to either.
well,
Okay, we're at the
all
sorry.
good people here at 30%, and then skip to the end.
I'm done.
And poor Crystal had to.
Have you
witness
read
that.
Wrong Place, Wrong Time?
Look,
Not yet.
I'm done.
And
It's
I
on my-
just bought that. But that looks good though.
That does look good.
Cassie, let me think during this sprint for recommendations and I will message you because I always
I've got an Australian rec if you want an Australian rec.
yes, we always love an Australian rec.
We
Like
do.
Dry by Jane Harper.
you go.
If it's for a thriller.
Ooh,
I mean-
that's a good one. The Gray Shear. I just read it and it's one of my best books.
Oh, I want to read that.
My favorite book of all time in that year was my favorite book of the year.
The Gray Shear?
Absolutely loved it. It's the only book I've ever purchased in hardcover. Because hardcovers are really hard to get in Australia. They're like $40, but it was the only one that I purchased after reading in hardcover because I just wanted it.
I got it in a little free library and hadn't heard of it and just but like mood read it and was like, this is amazing. How
Oh,
have I
amazing.
how is no one talking about this book? This is amazing.
Just sitting on my shelf. I'll read
It's
it.
so good.
As a thriller lover, you'll really appreciate it too.
Yeah.
It's like really good thriller dystopian combo.
Yeah. I've noticed lately, like every dystopian I've been picking up have been getting 5 stars. So like I need to pick up more dystopian clearly because it's what I'm loving at the moment.
And
Sorry, go ahead, Crystal.
I was just going to say another Australian author who lives in Canberra who is amazing is Jack Heath. He does thrillers, and he's the one that does the cannibal thriller. So he is a cannibal, and he creates a like relationship with the FBI that if he can catch the killers, he gets to eat them rather than them going on death row. He gets to eat them instead.
That's interesting.
What book is this?
It's called Hangman. It's a series, and book 4 in the series is about to come. So it's Hangman, Hideout, and Hunted, and then the 4th book in the series is just about to come out in December. Yeah,
I have
It's-
Hangman on my Kindle.
it's really good.
By who?
Jack Heath. And the weird thing about it is he's actually a children's author, and he just decided to write a book for adults and wrote this thriller, and I think it's better than all of his children's stuff ever, like obviously, but like it's really good. And then he wrote another one called Kill Your Brother, where a woman literally has to decide whether to kill her brother to allow herself to survive, or they both die.
Okay. That
in
may
like a
have to be
hostage
like an
situation.
author spotlight on my channel because those sound amazing. We need to check that out. Are we ready to read? Because we've been chatting for a while.
Yes, I'm probably gonna have to you're probably gonna see me disappear at some point during this sprint. Because I do have to.
Have a good night at work. If I don't talk to you.
Oh, Neva, I almost
Yeah.
tried Taco Bell. I almost did, but I ended up getting a free burrito from Guzman for lunch, so then I felt like I couldn't do taco for dinner. So I will be going back to try it though, because it smelled amazing when I walked past.
That's so
So
funny.
good.
I
Okay.
love that you almost tried Taco Bell.
Also, right. Also, since everyone's here, the December 24-hour sprints will be the weekend of the 16th. They will of December, obviously. They will start at 10 a.m. on Friday the 16th, and they will end Eastern, and they will end 10 a.m. Saturday, so that I still have time to sleep before I have to go to work.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Have a good
Alright.
night at work, dear.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hang out until I have to go because I don't have to go for like half an hour, but
Okay.
I'll probably just disappear. So
Sounds good. Okay. Are we ready? Let's read.
if we can trust you.
Hello, everyone. It's just me back this time. Crystal's finishing up her lunch, and Rainy is dealing with a family situation, so she will be back when she can. But you still have me. How did everybody do in the comments? Let me know. I ended up starting The Horseman by Christina Henry. Haven't read much. I only read the first 28 pages, so not a ton. So I don't have a lot of thoughts on it yet because it's only been 28 pages, but so far so good. It's not very long. It's just under 300, just over 300. Just over 302. So it's a pretty short read, so that's nice. So it shouldn't take me long. I might be able to finish it between tonight and tomorrow. So bonus.
Hello. I'm sorry. I have a very overtired baby, so I'm going to continue to try and put her down for a nap, but I will be back soon.
No
I promise.
problem.
Have fun, everyone. My book's going great.
We had Kayla join in that sprint. Hello, Kayla. Started reading today. Run on Red. I don't think I know this book. Hold on. Let me look. Hold on. I need to look this up. I always find on sprints that I end up adding so many things to my TBR. Not that that's a problem. Okay. Oh, no. I don't know what this is. Oh, it sounds so good, though. A horror thriller. Okay. Okay. I'm going to read more of that synopsis during the next sprint because that looks really good. Are you enjoying it? I know you just started it today, so it would be early thoughts, but let me know. Read 29 pages of Cinder and ate pizza. Nice. I have yet to read the Lunar Chronicles. And I don't know how that's possible since retellings are my favorite subgenre of fantasy. I don't know how this has happened, but it has happened. I own the whole series, but I haven't read it. I need to because I know I'm going to love it, but for some reason I haven't. I don't know why. Read nothing. That's okay, Tina. I only read 20 pages anyway, but it sometimes happens. I sometimes will watch sprints and read like nothing for the entirety of all of the sprints. I'll be doing other things or just watching BookTube or scrolling through my phone. It happens. Only read 20 pages. 20 pages is awesome. Kelsey, I know what you're reading, but I cannot remember what you're reading. Hold on. Oh, it's a the Christmas book. Cute. Oh, no. What's the title? I know it too. Oh, I can picture the cover in my head and the title has left my brain. 22%. Nice. It's so good. Oh, you only have 100 pages left with short chapters. Okay. I'm not even going to read more of the synopsis because I gave it a glance and it sounded amazing even just from the glance. And if you have read it that fast today and are loving it that much and it has short chapters, I'm just going to add that to my situation. Only read Cinder so far. I read it last November and then didn't pick up the rest of the series. So I'm rereading and planning to continue this time. Very nice. I need to read the whole thing. And I know that I'm going to want to read them like pretty much back to back. So I need to do that. I might do it as a series binge on my channel just because it's a pretty popular series and I haven't had a chance to read it yet. So that might be for the new year. Hi, Glenda. How are you? I got 29 pages of The Filthy Animals by Brandon Taylor. Awesome. I can't believe I'm still at work. I am so sorry you're still at work. Is it like 5 o'clock for you? You're on the West Coast, right? 5 o'clock, I think, if I've done my time change correctly. Are you almost done work? Hopefully you're almost done. That's the one. I had the word merry and I had the word cute. I was so close. I was so close. Oh, well. I almost picked this up at the store the other day. I went into Indigo Spirit because we have an Indigo Spirit, like 15-ish minutes down the road. Sorry if you hear my son. He's just running around upstairs and being kind of loud. But he's just playing. So I went to Indigo Spirit just to pick up some holiday reads. I think it was right after we were on sprints, Kelsey. I feel like that was a thing. So I went, and that was one of the ones that was like in my pile, but I didn't get it. So if you really like it, let me know and I might add it. Probably not for this year though. I feel like I have enough holiday reads in my pile. I'm shooting my TBR video tomorrow, maybe tomorrow or Friday, one or the two. And I have quite a few holiday romances, and I have 2 TBRs this month coming out. I have my regular December TBR, and then I'm also going to do just a TBR for Holiday Havocathon, which is a readathon that I'm co-hosting with Courtney from Tangible Reads, and Neva's a co-host, and there's so many co-hosts. There's a lot. But I'm doing a separate TBR just for that, and that's all holiday books because it's Holiday Havocathon. So, all of it is holiday books. I work 9 to 6. Oh, you are really close. If I'm right that it's 5 o'clock. I'm assuming I'm right. So only an hour, only one more hour. You're so close. Hi, Kenny. How are you? What are you doing reading tonight? Randomly picked it up and it wasn't on my holiday TBR, but I kept seeing it. So I just had to. I hear you. I'll let you know how I like it. Yeah, let me know. It definitely won't be added till this year because I didn't even plan on adding Love Light Farms until the other night when we were on sprints and all decided to buddy read it in December. So I cannot add another holiday book because I'm wedging that one in as it is. I'm probably reading, if you added all of the holiday books in, and I don't know if you would count polar fantasy books, because I do have quite a few polar fantasies that I plan on doing in December as well, but I probably have 15 between the two of holiday romances and polar fantasies. So I have a lot. There's so much. Why I've done this to myself, I don't know. But I'm excited for it because it's the only time I read a lot of romance is this time of year. I read a little bit all year, but this time of year, I read a lot. It's just, I want cozy romance in my life at Christmas. Laying in bed, reading forced marriage romance. Very nice. Hi, Kenny, you're up late. Yes, what time? Is it 1 a.m. for you, Pat? I know it is for you, Pat. Kenny, are you also in the UK? I don't know where everybody is, but if I would assume if Pat's saying that you are. Love Light Farms is so good. Just finished it. Yay. I'm so excited to read Love Light Farms. I bought a physical copy of it because I just know I'm going to want it. The cover is so beautiful. And it came in the mail yesterday. So I've got it. I plan on reading it. I think we're going to start the buddy read the second week of December. I think that's the plan. So very excited to read that. Question for those who have read Love Light Farms or know more about it than I do, because I only know very little. I know that Rise Reading Corner read it and loved it. And I know that it's a romance set on a Christmas tree farm. That's the extent of my knowledge, really. That was all I needed to know. But I know there are, I think, 2 more books in the series. Are those holiday romances, or are they just general romances, and the first one's the only one that's a holiday romance? If people know, let me know. Yeah, 1 a.m. Yep, I will definitely be in bed by 1 a.m. But thank you for coming in, hanging out with us. I appreciate it so much. It's so fun. It's always fun to do sprints when I love seeing the same people in my comments all the time because I feel like I know you all. It's like all my book friends. It still hasn't been delivered. It's supposed to be your Saturday now, apparently tomorrow. At least it has tracking updates. I know. It's so sad. My poor book outlet order. It literally has nothing. It says it's shipped. It said the shipping company picked it up. And after they picked it up, there has been none a word. It has nothing. There's one update of them picking it up from Book Outlet, and there's not one other update on tracking. And that was from November 7th. Okay. It is now November 22nd. And I'm like, excuse me. This is my big, they had a Black Friday sale. Books were $7. I think it was $5.99 in the US, $7.49 in Canada. So I bought a few. I also bought some holiday books that I was hoping to add to my TBR for this season. I've decided to remove them and pick different books because at this point I doubt I'm getting that box. I'm assuming they're either going to have to reship if they still have the books or refund me. Don't know what their plan is. I put in a ticket today, so hopefully I'll hear back in the next day or so. Yeah. 1:05 a.m. early morning. You must mean early Wednesday morning, not Thursday morning, right? Yes. Oh, comments just went crazy. I was here earlier, but caught up in my book. That's fine. That means it's a good book. That's always a good sign. Shipping is wild this time of year, and I would put it off as that, except that they decided to ship. I ordered a book outlet order 3 days before the sale. And then on the first day of the sale. That order came ages ago. Now, I do understand that there was a sale, but they shipped within 2 days of each other, and they both shipped with this company that I have never heard of. I don't know why Book Outlet is using this company. I've never heard of this shipping company in Canada in my life. I think it's a very small shipping company. So I just feel like there's something not quite right with it. Anyway, put in a ticket. They can figure it out from there. I know. I definitely wanted 2 of those for this holiday season. I had gotten 8 Perfect Hours and the Santa suit in my mind to fill prompts for Holiday Havocathon and Rom-Comathon. And obviously at this point, I've just swapped them out because I need to film my TBR video in the next couple of days. So it's just not going to happen. So I've swapped them out. If I get them, I will just save them for next year, which is totally fine. I ordered it. I did get a Kindle. I got it on the Black Friday sale, one of a Black Friday sale that I saw. So I have gotten a Kindle and I'm very excited. However, I got a Kindle. You're not going to see me have it until Christmas because my mom was actually on my sprints when she was watching in the background when we were talking about this, and she offered to buy it for me for Christmas. So she bought me my Kindle. So I've gotten it, but she wants it under the tree and wrapped. So I have it, but I won't have it until Christmas, which is totally fine. And I'm very excited about it. Hello, Mel. How are you? Good to see you. What are you up to on this beautiful, it would be Wednesday morning for you, I think. Not seen you on late night spreets, Kenny. I've been here from the beginning, also watching the World Cup highlights. Very nice. Yeah, Wednesday. It's okay. It's 1 a.m., Pat. It's totally fine. And the weather's getting to you. I get it. Placed an order 2 weeks ago for a book advent calendar, and I'm just hoping it gets here by the 1st. Yes, right? Oh, it's so hard. when you're waiting. I'm not so mind that it's taking a long time to get here. I just wish that there was some update in shipping since November 7th when they picked it up, because there's no way that it hasn't moved unless they have no idea where it is, which is my concern. Anyway, like I said, I put in a ticket today, but it says it takes like 24 to 48 hours to hear back. So maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. I am just messing around, not really doing anything much, and thought I'd say hi. Well, thank you for popping in. I appreciate it so much. Isn't it? It's such a nice present. I was really excited. I know, she's so cute. I was like, thank you. So I do have one, but I won't have it until after Christmas. But I did set up the Kindle app on my iPad just so I could send all my NetGalley ARCs that were going to expire between now and when I actually like opened my Kindle, so that I would still have them. Just noon on Wednesday. Very nice. No work for a week. So went up a little bit longer. That's nice that you have no work for a week. Nice vacation. Alexis, it hasn't happened to me with FedEx for meds before. It just sat there in FedEx warehouse for 2 weeks and I had to call and complain. Oh my goodness. And it was your heart meds. That is insane. Oh, that's so stressful. I don't understand how people don't realize that, like, we need things shipped promptly, especially things of that importance. Like, obviously my books are not as important as heart meds. And if it's lost, it's lost. I'm sure Book Outlet will figure it out. I'm not concerned, but I'm like, where are my books? Might do some planning for my journal for next year. Need to film this afternoon, thinking I might do some editing too. Nice. I need to film tomorrow, I think. I need to edit tomorrow too, because my Thursday video is definitely not edited yet. I've gotten in the habit of I'm like filming like ahead 3 or 4 days, but I still wait till the day before to edit. Horrible planning on my part. Not sure why I keep waiting till the day before, but it's what I do. I need to film my TBR video really quite badly. So that's the thing. It's just a good thing I'm psychotic and always order 5. Yes, absolutely. Well, with that kind of stuff, you almost should, because like, what if something like this happens? It just proves that that's smart. I assume it's Crystal that is eating lunch. Yeah. But it looks like the person's name is just eating lunch. That's so funny. Yes, that is Crystal is eating lunch, and Rainey is just dealing with something with her son. So it's just me for between this sprint, but I hope that's okay with everybody. Your husband's insulin got lost in transit, so we had to pay out of pocket for some. Oh no, it was terrible. I bet it was. That's awful. Yeah, so you switch where you get it from. That makes sense. That's awful. Don't do heart meds through a mail pharmacy anymore. Yeah, I could see why you'd switch for various insurance, or just because what if it doesn't come, right? That's stressful. Had to cancel Book of the Month because they decided to have shipping issues each month. Yes, I just did. Book of the Month, this just came to Canada. November was the first month. And for this month, I did get it because if you were part of, like, before they came to Canada, they sent out surveys and various things. So if you did all the surveys, you got your first month for $9.99. And I think the shipping was like $7. Don't quote me on that. So it was still a good deal for me to get the book. But after the first month, it goes up to like $30 plus shipping. And it took like 3 weeks for them to ship here to Canada. And honestly, I can get the same books at Indigo up here with my Plum Rewards card for much cheaper because you can be a member there and get a discount on your books. So I think I'm going to cancel now that I've done my first one, just because it's just like not that exciting when I can get them the same books for cheaper just up the street. Oh, I skipped a few comments. Hold on. That's where we were. Had tried to film and edit ahead, but I really am bad at editing vlogs. Yeah. I totally can relate to all of this. That's true. That's true. I don't have a backlog, and I don't mind that it takes a long time to ship so much. It's just that the books are more expensive through Book of the Month than they would be if I got them at the store. So I think it's just like for Canadians, it's not really worth it at this moment. I'm not overly surprised by that because I know what it's like with the Canadian dollar US exchange and trying to ship things across the border. So I'm not shocked that this is a fact, but kind of sad. Going to get ahead on editing for the vlog, taking a couple days off of Nano just to give my brain a bit of rest. Yes, I am so impressed with anyone who does Nano. I cannot. I just know that I would commit for 1 or 2 days and then I would definitely just not finish. Sorry to hear that, Kayla. Yes, sorry. For Canadians, I don't see the appeal. Yep, it's true. It's true. Just with the amount of money that it is, and also just with how long it takes. Like I went to Indigo just last weekend, and they had all the books in stock on the shelf that Book of the Month had for November, and they were all cheaper than Book of the Month regular price would be for me. So it just doesn't make sense. I really want Book of the Month in Aussie, but at the same time, I'm glad we don't. Yeah. Right? Yes, they really do. Although I don't know how much that would help. If people don't live in Canada, they may not realize our shipping is extremely expensive. Just like Kelsey and I live in different provinces. And if I were like to mail Kelsey something, it would be easily like $30 to mail her something. Not a letter. A letter wouldn't be, but like if I was to ship her like a book, it would be like $20 or $30. Like it's extremely expensive to ship within Canada. I do not know why. It just is. It's just a thing we do. Yeah, true. I don't need a new book every month. Do I buy at least one book a month? Yes. I have a book buying problem. I need to get on top of. I haven't tried it. I've heard it, but I looked at the prices and they're no different than Book of the Month prices. It's basically the same. Thought about doing a vlog where I read Book of the Month backlog and decided that it would be never-ending vlog. That's okay. It could be a good series, though. A good series on your channel. We read like 2 or 3 of them. You know? Still, might be a good idea. I like it. I'd watch it. I'm sure other people would too. Okay, we are going to go into a sprint, and it will be the last sprint of the night. By the time we get back, I'm sure our lovely friends will be back, and we'll do like an actual chatty bit to end it with everybody. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So happy reading, everybody. Hello. How did everyone do? That was our last sprint for the night.
Good.
What did you
I ended up getting to page 269, so about 100 pages for the day.
That's good.
Yeah, I only got to read in like the last probably 15 minutes of that sprint because most of it was me trying to put her to sleep, but she finally went down. She had like a bit of a bellyache,
Oh,
as they do
poor
when you start
thing.
them, because you start them on solids and then they're like don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Their body
Yeah,
is
she had-
like, what is happening to me?
yeah, so I like she was like arching her back and being like, I'm so tired, but like "Ah." And then she finally just passed out and I was like, good night, go to bed, I'm gonna go read now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this book, but it's breaking my heart. Like this girl can just not cop a break. So
But sometimes
also
I
don't
love
wanna-
books like that. I love books
Yeah.
that like destroy me.
I don't want to go into like spoiler territory, but it just feels like every single time, like they're like, oh, okay, we can get you to America where you can see the guy that you've been separated from. Oh, wait, no, sorry, the person that was going to take you there died. And now we're going to take you here and this happens. And oh, your parents are alive, but we can't get you to them for 2 years. And it's just like, you just can't catch a break.
Yeah.
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 But it's really good. Like, probably one of the best historical fictions I've read in a while. So
Ooh.
I'm really enjoying it. And then after this, I'm going to jump onto The Prophets, which is, I have a audiobook of it by Robert Jones Jr. And that'll be for step 4. So I will probably pick that up today at some point. I was going to film Pick Pong today so that I can edit it tomorrow in my sprints. But I realized I'm taking December off Pick Pong. So I have to, I told you I was doing like the reading challenges.
Yes.
instead.
Yes. Now that you mentioned
Yeah.
that, I didn't connect that when you said earlier you were filming ping pong.
Yeah, so I haven't printed out / written down all the challenges yet, so the filming part won't really work because I don't have those challenges. So I'm thinking I might just not do it this month and just have a mood read month and put up like this is potentially what I'm going to try and aim for in the
Yeah.
month of December. TBR, which won't do as well because everyone loves my Pick Pong, but that's fine.
Yeah. I can understand that.
It makes me the most money every month, so I can see why I should keep doing it. But to me, it's not about the money. Like I need a month off. So
Yeah. My TBR videos, and I don't even do a TBR game. I always do. They're my best videos. Like they do the best. Because
I
and
realize
I can understand that too. Because as a person who watches, like I always prioritize TBR videos over anything else, just because it's a good way to like find what is everyone reading this month. Okay.
yeah.
I add like 500 books to my TBR every beginning of the month because, you know,
100%.
it happens.
And I'll probably still do the challenges. I'll probably just do them like randomly generated through the month and then just include it in like a vlog or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will say that was one of my better performing videos was the 24-hour challenge I just did. Was it the funnest video to film? But it was well done. So I want to do more reading challenge videos. Not that one again, but something different. But I don't know what to do. Like,
because there's like first chapter challenge. There's how much can you read in 24 hours? There's 24-hour readathons. There's
swapping your screen time, which I think may be the next one I do. But I looked at my screen time just to see kind of like what that would be. And it was so much. And I was like, I don't read this much in a day. I discovered this during 24-hour challenge.
My screen time's quite high, but it's because I spend a lot of time tracking like what the baby is doing on my screen or when I'm sitting and feeding. If I'm not doing something on my phone, like I almost fall asleep half the time. So I'm like, I got to be doing something. And it's usually just easier to do it on my phone because I have my phone on me.
Same.
So yeah.
I do everything on my phone. I do literally everything on my phone.
If I need a recipe, I don't use cookbooks. I look at them on my phone.
I listen to music on my phone. I talk to
Mhm.
every living human I know, basically, through messages, and I don't do that from a computer. I do it from my phone. So like my screen time is atrociously huge. I watch YouTube on my phone.
I was going to put one of the challenges as go a day without your phone, and I could if I didn't have to track what was going on with the baby. But the way that I like figure out what's wrong with her is I look at this app that I have that'll be like, it's been an hour and a half since she's had a nap. She's probably tired. Even though I could probably figure that out in my own instinct if I absolutely had to, it's easier in my tired state to be able to just be like, what does the app say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and I still may do it, but like I can't do a whole week of switching my screen time. Like it might just be for like a couple of days because there's no way. Because like my screen time was like 8 or 9 hours.
Could you do?
And I was like, no, can't do that for too many days.
You could do a collab with like either me or Neva, where you do a challenge where it's like the first sentence challenge, where someone reads you the first sentence of a book and you have to guess which book it is. Or you can do blind description challenge. So you would be like blindfolded, and then I have to describe the book cover to you, and you have to try and guess what book I'm talking about.
That would be really fun. We should do that. I love this idea, Crystal.
I'm trying to think of other ones that I've seen around.
I've seen them
So
done.
I'm totally happy to do these. I did the book description one with Anthony, like I want to say like 2 years ago, back when my editing was like absolutely atrocious. So I would love to do it again now that I'm a little bit more talented in my ability to get the right angle and better lighting and have a better camera and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. But it'd be really fun because we could just do it like this and just record it.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd probably just do it through StreamYard and then edit it from there.
Yeah. Or you could even do it as a Zoom call, so then you don't have like the StreamYard logo and stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's such a smart idea. We'll plan that. I like that idea.
Sounds good.
Read 20% of my book. Nice. Falling asleep. Fair enough. So I stopped after 20 pages. Yeah, I haven't read that much tonight. I feel like
you finished a book.
I did, but I only had 30 pages of them. I also
need to know that.
I read 50 pages of this book too, so it's not.
Oh,
well, yeah, but this is reading really fast.
Are you reading that physically?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it about? I know that you told people before, but I wasn't like.
So it's a horror retelling of Sleepy Hollow, which follows this little child, Ben, who I guess isn't little, like 12, who finds a child in the woods that has his head and hands removed. And basically there's a legend of the headless horseman taking their heads, but is that really what's happening? You know, is there more to it than that? I'm assuming, I don't know if like, since it's horror, I would assume that there's not really magic. I would assume that it's like probably something else happening.
Yeah.
But who knows? So far, I'm liking it. It's a little creepy.
It's a pretty sick cover.
It's a really good cover.
Smart.
It's a little creepy. It's only 302 pages though, so it's like small.
You'll probably get it done like in the next 2 days, I reckon.
I would assume I'll finish this tomorrow, to be honest. If I sit down and like get some reading done tomorrow.
Well, I've got sprints tomorrow, so you can just like get it done. It'll be
there
fun.
you go. Perfect. Yeah, because I can probably finish it tomorrow. I'm hoping to, because that would mean I only have to do 2 more books before next Thursday when my vlog goes up. So like, that's fine.
Yeah. I realized that my 5th book, like my final book, I've already started reading. So I have to like stop reading that, read the prophets, and then go back and finish it, which is really annoying because I'm really enjoying it. So I don't want to put it down because it's I always have like 2 books going at once. I have like my audio book and then an ebook, which I read in the middle of the night to like put me back to sleep after feeding. And so I've got to like find a new ebook to pick up because I can't keep reading this one. But this one is the final book in a series. And I'm like, it's so good. I just want to find out what happens.
That's the worst and the best. But I will say this slightly happened to me because I planned my TBR for Once Upon a Readathon. And then and put Dorothy Must Die as a book by an author you haven't read from before, or new to you author, whatever that prompt is.
Yeah.
And then went, after I had planned my TBR, shot my TBR video, like it was set and done and dusted.
Yeah.
And then went and did a binge series of The Ravens, not thinking that, oh, that's written by that author, and therefore it would not be a new to me author by the time I got to that book. Nope, didn't think that through. So then luckily all my books kind of worked. So I just kind of like swapped 2 for 2 different quests. But I was like, I'm glad I noticed that before I started reading it.
Oh, yeah.
Or finished it.
That would have been funny. Well, not funny, but it would have made for a nice, like, dumb moment.
I mean, I would have just went with it because what was I going to do?
The reason why I picked it up is because I had Vicious by V.E. Schwab down for my 5th step. And then I realized I was going to read this other book anyways because I'm doing this as a buddy read with other people. And I was like, oh, it hits all the prompts, so I'll just do that instead. But I'd forgotten that I could use it for the 5th step. So I started reading it and then I was like, wait, no, I am meant to be doing it. So I could technically finish it and then read Vicious, but then it means I've got to read Vicious as well as The Prophet before the end of the month. So I'm like,
the end of the month? I just thought, oh, I have to finish it by Thursday for my vlog, but is the end of the month before Thursday?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, no,
you mean
next
next?
day. No,
that
that lines up perfectly. So I have to next Wednesday. That's fine. It actually works out perfectly then. Good night, Kenny. I don't know if you're still here because that comments was a while ago, but good night if you're still here. Swapping my screen time is very low compared to other people's. It's yes in 2 hours a day. I think the reason mine is so large is because I'm home all day.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm not at work for like 8 hours where I'm not touching my phone. I'm home all day. Yeah. So my phone is constantly, because we even use it, we homeschool. So we even use my phone a lot for like calling into Zoom meetings. Like sometimes we'll use it for that, or because he'll be on his computer looking on the camera, and sometimes I'll log in on the classes just on my phone just to make sure that he's paying attention and doing things, so I use it way too much.
It's fine.
But, whatever.
Mel, you sound like you need to. You've been like working really hard with your NaNoWriMo. You know what I'm talking about.
NaNoWriMo?
Yeah, thank you.
I think that's how it's said.
She's been writing a lot. That's why she's beating herself up because she hasn't met her word limit, but she's doing amazing.
But like, I think it's one of those things where like some is so much better than nothing. Because I know if I did committed, I would only write for 1 or 2 days before I would have given up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just how I am with things.
I think anyone that can write a book is amazing because I would never have that much imagination.
I couldn't stick to it, nor do I think anything that I would write would be even remotely interesting.
I could probably come up with the story, but the actual ability to write it, how I see it up here, would be not happening. Like it just wouldn't.
Yeah. Not sure what's happening to me today, but doing anything is just words are hard, but doing anything much is not the plan. I've had days like that. I had one.
That was me yesterday.
I think it was after the 24-hour reading vlog where I'd read like so many books in a couple of days. I was like, I need a day where I just like do literally nothing. I watched romance movies and did not a thing.
I watched the season finale and the reunion of Love is Blind yesterday.
Oh, nice.
That was my like little thing for myself.
Yep. I'm really bad at like, I'll watch no TV and then I will watch so much TV. Like I will sit down and I will just start like, I will be like, I haven't watched any of this season of the show. And then I will watch the entire season. And like, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, we did start her slightly early. She's only 5 months, but yes, it is crazy for me to think that she is. And she's a guts. But she was showing so much interest. It was kind of like, I can't really wait anymore. She was like trying to rip food out of my face.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, okay, you want it this bad, I'm going to give you your own. So now I sit there and I eat my breakfast and she has hers. It's really cute. We're making Christmas decorations using her footprint.
Oh yeah, you told me this last time we were on Sprints. Oh my gosh.
So it's gonna end up like that's gonna be hanging, and then it's gonna have like a little reindeer on it. It's gonna be really cute.
She's so cute.
And then we tried to get white ones for snowmen, but the white footprint didn't show up on the board, so I had to try and paint it red and then put the white over the top of it. But I think I'm gonna have to get like black and go outline it or something, because
That's a good idea.
because it
That'll
didn't
help
really like show
Yeah,
up very well.
better.
But yeah, she had a lot of fun. She loved her feet being painted. It'll be in the vlog when I put it up. You'll see footage of her laying on the floor. She just like played with her toy and then just kept going like this with her toes as I was painting them.
She's at a good age because she's not at the age where she'd be like scrunching her toes up too much to like avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
We're like
And she's
another,
at the age where
another
she
like
has to
2
roll
months.
a lot.
You'd be like, what is happening to my foot?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
I
Light
nailed it.
After the War by Anita Abriel. It's the true story of a woman who is creating a life after escaping the train to Auschwitz. I can't talk today. Auschwitz. You know what I'm talking about?
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz. Thank you.
That's okay. I couldn't read the comment 2 seconds ago. I was like, I lost the ability.
But it's really, really good. She ends up kind of like traveling into various different places. She ends up in like South America and Sydney and various different areas, and like revamps her life post-war. But a lot of bad things happen in between there and there. But it's good.
15 more pages of Filthy Animals, added the 29 pages from the previous spin, a total of 44 pages for both sprints. Very nice.
Nicely done.
Ronan and I did that. It was such a fun.
Oh, the
book covers.
describing books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Describing book covers. I was like, what are we talking about? Yeah. I should do that video with you. I think that'd be fun. Well,
The other one you can do is poorly describe a book. So it's like a book that maybe both of you have read, or you know the other person's read and you know enough about, and you have to like poorly describe it.
I feel like that would be the most chaotic video, but like so fun. It'd be like,
So
do
for
I know
example-
books? Do I know any books?
For example, say I was trying to poorly describe The Silent Patient, I would say, woman chooses to stop talking after brutally murdering her husband. And like, so I'm like, technically you would be able to know what it is, but if I said that, unless you'd read the book, you'd have no idea what I was talking about.
Totally.
Yeah.
I am on screen all day, but I work on computers. Yes, doing patient charts. Yeah, I just don't use my computer. The only thing, I have 2 computers, one that I use for editing and one that I use for sprinting, and that's pretty much the only reason I use.
Since getting my like double monitors, I'm on my computer so much more than I used to be when I just had a laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did I tell you I applied for a publishing traineeship at Hachette?
No, I knew that you were. I knew that you had applied to. I think it was Simon and Schuster's.
Yeah, so I've applied to like,
Collins, one or the other.
Yeah, so I've applied to like 6 or 7 different jobs, but this is like an actual like publishing traineeship that they do, and it's based in Sydney, which is actually like 2.5 hours from me. So if I got it, I'd have to commute quite far to start the traineeship. But then once I'm started, I can do some days at home. So I would only have to do like 3 days commuting.
Right. I would be so excited to work at a publishing house. I think that would be
I know. So it's like literally, and it's a paid traineeship. So I'm like, I'm so excited to do it.
Yeah.
But there's going to probably be so
I'm
many.
just going to quickly answer this. Unfortunately, we are done sprinting. We're just kind of finishing up chatting. We are done. But Crystal has sprints tomorrow night or day, depending on where you live. They would be at, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or what time for you?
10 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, I think.
There you go. I was like,
which is, I believe, midnight British time.
Yeah.
If I've done the conversion correctly.
No, 10 p.m. GMT.
Oh, even better.
Because if it's 6 Eastern, oh no, that's wrong. 11 GMT.
11, yeah. I knew it was like somewhere in the middle. It used to be midnight, but then the clocks went back and forth. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's confusing now because we all went back and you went forward. So it really elongated that time change. I know, we're sorry. It's getting late.
I feel like someone else is going to be sprinting at the moment.
There
though.
has to be someone sprinting. I just don't know who. Did you notice that yesterday all the upcoming sprints got deleted off subscription networks? Like out of
No.
your subscription box? They just disappeared. I messaged Neva and I was like, I can't tell who's sprinting. Like they're gone. All the upcoming scheduled sprints were just gone. And they were still gone this morning, and around like 10, 11 o'clock, they came back. And I was like, YouTube, you've got to figure that ish out because that's not going to work for me. Like they were just gone from all my subscription feeds.
It looks as though Deja's Book World is currently sprinting.
There you go.
But that's about it from what I can see. That I have in my list anyway.
Yeah. Exactly. Also opened an Etsy store. I saw this on your sprints last night. You mentioned it, and it was like 10. I was going to bed when you mentioned this, and I was like, I need to look into that in the morning, and I forgot. So I need to write a note to look at this as soon as I wake up.
What I missed all of it, Mel.
Hold on.
DM me the dates or put it here so we can.
I was just about
talk
to
about
go
it.
mod her for that reason.
Oh, mod her so she can post her.
So that she can post a link. Yeah. I'm heading. You're gonna hear us for a second. Add moderator. Okay, Mel, can you post a link to your Etsy shop, please? Please, thank you. I was like, I'll just, that's what I always do. I'm like, it's someone I know. I'm just going to make them a mod. It's just easier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the other day I got spam. So now I actually need bots. I really felt like I had made it.
I get spam more than I should because I do daytime sprints, which is nighttime in the US. And I feel like that's why I get so many.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I got them the other day, Friday,
Mm-hmm.
when I sprinted with Neva, and I was like, I have bots. I finally made it. And I'm sure I will get annoyed by that at some point, but I was very excited.
I remember when I was participating in or co-hosting the Not Safe for Workathon readathon,
Yes.
I was getting them all the time in that because obviously we were reading inappropriate stuff, talking about inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
So the bots are just like, oh, I heard a keyword. Let me come in.
I think that's what was happening because me and Neva were planning our Holiday Havocathon books and trying to pick smutty Christmas books.
Mm-hmm.
And we're discussing such a thing. And then I had bots. So I was like, oh yeah, we said something that alerted them to the fact that they should apparently be here.
Did you actually find smutty Christmas reads? Because they would be the kind of Christmas romances I'd be down for. Oh, shoot me some.
I will. One was Merry Inkmas by Talia Hibbert.
Oh, hang on. Are any of these on KU?
I think that one is.
Okay.
I bought a physical copy, but I'm pretty sure it's on KU.
Go wait.
And then
what's it called? Merry Inkmas.
Merry Inkmas.
Inkmas.
By Talia Hibbert.
Oh, and you can get the free Audible narration too. Nice.
There you go. And then Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey.
Oh yeah. And I also have
I can't remember what else we discussed, but if I can think of them, I'll message you.
Yeah, sounds good.
When
I don't know whether Mel's
I was
still trying to get her link or if she's
Mel
left, but
which is totally fine. So I think we're going to end these sprints. But like I said, Crystal has sprints tomorrow for the people. I should have them on Sunday on this channel. I think that's probably my next sprints, but I have no idea who with or what or anything about it at this point. But they should happen at 9 Eastern.
Yeah.
9 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Crystal, for coming and hanging out with me. Everybody, subscribe to everybody if you haven't subscribed. Everyone's linked in the description box. And yeah, bye.
Bye.